No, Really?
Did it? Okay, everyone rise, please rise, against the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, good evening, everyone. Lovely to spend a Friday evening with you all. If you have cell phones, I feel like I'm talking to two people. If you have, I don't care what you do with your cell phones, and if you're going to speak, then just stand. It's completely fine. Let's go ahead and start with the roll call. Katie?
Branson,
Yes, here.
Earp,
Here.
Hedges, Overton. Here. Uphoff.
Here.
Armstrong, Ryder.
Here. Item 2, reception of visitors. We have no agenda visitors. Any non-agenda visitors? No. All right. On to item 3, the consent agenda requires board action. The consent agenda, item 3.1, payment of bills is a presentation of bills for approval. That is the only item on the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
Motion from Ashley Overton, second from Dave Earp. Any discussion on the board? Katie?
Earp,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Uphoff,
Yes.
Branson,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. On to item 4, reports and recommendations of the business manager, Mr. Peter.
All right, so we need to do a couple different things today.
Do we need to open the budget hearing now?
That's where I'm going. I made notes in my slides, so we do it right.
Okay, let's go with your now. Let's go with your next.
All right, so 4.1, conduct a public hearing regarding the FY25 amended budget. So we need a motion, a second, and vote to open the public hearing.
Do we have a motion to open the public budget hearing?
Motion.
Motion from Ashley Overton, second?
Second.
Second from Jeff Branson. Katie?
Overton,
Yes.
Uphoff,
Yes.
Branson,
Yes.
Earp,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes.
All right, so at the recommendation of our auditor, we amend the budget every year. We do it as late in the fiscal year as we can to get our most accurate numbers. Okay, so doing it today, and I will send, if it's approved, I'll send it off to ISB on Monday morning, and then it'll be final. So thanks for coming on Friday night. Next year will be better because the 30th is on a Tuesday, so we can do this on Monday night next year. I think it's already scheduled for that way. So we'll move forward with that. Basically, it's just gonna clean things up, okay? And it's just gonna give this to our auditors in a way that we can that makes it easier for him. And also it's, you know, it shows you guys exactly what we spent this year. If we didn't amend the budget, we'd just go into July and it was like, and the year just ended and nobody would know where we stood. So this is a way to do this. All the money on here has been spent. You approved it in the last consent agenda there, so we've already spent all the money and we've already received all of this money. So the numbers are what they are. All right, so our goals again for our budget: provide students with superior opportunities to learn and grow. I feel like we do that. Maintain fiscal responsibility, conservative approach. We over project expenses and try to under project revenue as much as we can because we hate to get to the end of the year and have a deficit budget. So, and we don't have that this year. And then our goal is to build to this 180 days of cash on hand so we get a perfect score on our profile score. And I think this budget is going to get us there. We'll find out in December when we do the audit, but I think with our surplus that we're going to have this year that we should get to that 180 days, which we've never been at there as a district. And then a big one is to maintain and enhance facilities with our sales tax money. CSFT is our county sales facilities tax. That's our 1% sales tax. And you're going to see a little bit, we spent almost every bit of money we brought in for that on projects and paid all of that out this year. And then another big goal we had this year was to reach an agreement with MESPA, which is our secretaries, our custodians, bus drivers, on a financial package that was responsible and also became regionally competitive. And I think we did that a couple months ago and we succeeded in that. So here's the chart that you all received about 11 o'clock today. My team just finished this up this morning. Like I said, last minute, we had $3.8 million come in this week. And I'm the kind of guy who doesn't spend money until I have it. So we had some bills piled up on my desk and we didn't spend the money until we had it. So that's why we wait till the last minute to do this. So you can see what we projected in September, what we approved as a board. Revenues of just over 51 million, expenses just under 51 million, with hopefully a surplus of $321,420. And we ended with almost $1.2 million more in revenue than we expected, and I'll talk about that in a second. We spent a little bit more than we budgeted, and that has to do with the sales tax money, so just over 51 million, and that should give us a surplus of $1.23 million, which should get us 180 days cash on hand. So I think it was a very good year. I think we're being very fiscally responsible, and I think we're spending money on some good things, and we're enhancing our facilities as we move forward. So these are the numbers. These are the numbers that we'll send off to ISB on Monday. If it's approved.
And can you verify, just remind us again on line 50, why there was a negative? You did something with that.
Right, so when we projected that, that's our IMRF and our Social Security, and the big thing there is IMRF. And so in December, I brought to you a proposal that we pay down some unfunded liabilities. And I originally had in the budget 400,000, but as I was looking at the numbers, I was like, I think we could do 500,000, which was maybe a little overzealous, but so it put us over almost $40,000. We have a nice fund balance in this 50 fund, so it's just going to bring that fund balance down to about 40,000. I think it's 1.4 million as a fund balance for there. So it's just going to bring that down a little bit. It won't affect our days cash on hand because the 50 fund doesn't go toward those days cash on hand. It's just 10, 20, 40, and 70 that go towards that. So anytime, and those other funds, 30, 50, 90, and even 60, if you have a negative balance, it won't hurt those days cash on hand. We'll just pull them out. So, you're welcome. Any other questions on this slide? All right, budget information. So you can see our expenditures were $315,118 more than what was budgeted. The biggest reason for that, it's not the whole total. I meant for this to make it less confusing, and sometimes I think made it more confusing. The sales tax money, we received about $270,000 more than we budgeted. So I spent all of it. I spent all but $179 of it and paid for some projects that we were maybe going to pay for next year. We moved them up to this year, get them paid for, so then we can move some things up the list to fix some things for next year. So that's a big chunk, $270,000, and then about the remainder is about that sales tax or that IMRF money we spent. So that's what put us over what we budgeted this year. So, but again, we brought in a lot more revenue, so it balanced itself out, or more than balanced itself out. 1.2 more in revenue than we originally thought, and the next slide, or the next one is the reasons why. ESSERS 3, that was our COVID money, which is finally done. And what we did is we spent a lot of money last June, so those expenses went on last year's budget. And then we turn those in, and then the federal government sends us our money for them, and we receive that in like August. So we had like an extra $500,000 that we received this year, but we spent it last year. So that showed us a surplus this year. I budgeted $1 million for interest on our fund balance with First Mid, because everybody said tax rates were gonna go down, or interest rates were gonna go down. Interest rates didn't go down this year, so we got an extra $350,000 in interest on our fund balance. Our sales tax revenue, like I said, was an extra $260,000. And at this time last year, we were not an area career center, so we did not expect any of this revenue until, November. So we got an extra $184,000 for that. Other revenues kind of went up and down, but these were the big four that put us up over this $1.2 million surplus. So that's kind of a summary of that. And then, like I said, we received like $3.8 million this week. That's the reason we wait as long as possible to have this here.
Property tax money.
Property tax money, we got our early money, so we got it last week. Last year we got 2.5 million, this year we got 2.6 million for that. So they always give us, I think they take the money out of the escrow accounts first, and then they distribute that in June, and then we'll get the rest of it later on. We got $2.5 million for early tax money. Any other questions on this part?
What do you expect, excuse me, do you expect that sales tax money, that pattern to
Yeah.
continue for the last?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna bump it up. I did budget 3.2 million this year for sales tax money. I'm probably gonna bump that up to 3.4 million next year, because this will be the second year in a row we've been over 3.4 million. I was just kind of waiting to see if last year was an anomaly, but I think it's gonna be consistent, especially with Emerald Acres and all the new growth out there. I think it's gonna continue to go up. It's gone up every year since we started this, I think in 2018 or 2019. So, but I'll budget more this year for that, just to be hopefully more accurate. But yeah, I see the trend to keep increasing.
Yes, Tim?
Can I jump in here? Jake, to your point, I think back on that earlier slide, on slide 3, Ryan talked about how we budget conservatively, and yes, we budgeted conservatively for those sales tax funds, and we'll continue to do that. I mean, it's obviously we want to come in under that on the revenue side when we budget, and it's nice when we come over that, but to Ryan's point, I think we need to adjust that moving forward when he presents that FY 26 budget, tentative budget, at the July 8th meeting.
Okay, so, any other questions, just in general, before we, questions from the audience?
Okay, is there a motion to close the budget hearing?
Yes.
Motion from Jake Uphoff, second from Ashley Overton. Kate?
Overton,
Yes.
Ephoff,
Yes.
Armstrong, Branson,
Yes.
Earth,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes.
All right, so now we move into 4.2, this is the action part of it. The administrative team recommends that the board approve the FY 25 amended budget as presented.
Do I have a motion to approve the FY 25 amended budget as presented? Jeff Branson makes the motion, second by Dave Erb. Any discussion on the board?
Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah,
Thank you to you and your team, and your team.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have three ladies that do a great job helping me with this.
Yes, please tell them the board is very appreciative of their efforts.
And Brian, thank you for always your willingness to answer questions.
Anytime, give me a call. Or come in.
Anything else? Kate?
Ephoff,
Yes.
Branson,
Yes.
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. Item 5, thank you, Mr. Gear. Item 5, reports and recommendations of the Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Dr. Scosi.
Thank you. The board has reported the June 27 personnel report. No certified resignations or appointments. Classified resignations, Tammy Bryant resigning from elementary school supervisor effective June 16, 2025. Classified appointments, recommended Nina Bender, Williams Elementary School Library Parapro, effective for the 25-26 school year. Wayne Huffman, Matthew High School Classroom Parapro, effective for the 25-26 school year. Lindsay Kibler, Matthew Middle School Attendance Secretary, effective July 1, 2025. Casey Manifor, Williams Elementary School Classroom Parapro, effective beginning 25-26 school year. Jeremy Sparks, recommended as Rural Elementary School 101 Para, effective beginning 25-26 school year. Christopher Sesniak as Williams Elementary School 101 Para Pro, effective beginning 25-26 school year. And Tammy Bryant as a substitute supervisor, effective daily and Cody Brunbridge as volunteer effective. Extracurricular resignations, Devin Patterson is resigning as Acton High School assistant wrestling coach effective June 11, 2025. And we have a short addendum. Again, going down to 5.D classified appointments. Christy Gillis recommended Israel Elementary School supervisor effective beginning 25-26 school year. Julia Kenner, Acton High School athletics secretary effective June 24th, 2025. Tanya Niemeyer, Williams Elementary School paraprofessional effective 25-26 school year. And no extracurricular assignments or resignations. Any questions?
Are you sure the athletic secretary's consent? Yes, ma'am.
So,
That's why Doug gets not to be. Okay, any questions about personnel report?
I recommend that you accept the personnel report as presented.
Is there a motion to adopt the personnel report as amended? Motion from Ashley Overton, second. Second from Jacob Hoff. Discussion? Katie?
Branson,
Yes.
Erb,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Epop,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. Thank you all very much. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion from Ashley Overton, second from Jacob Hoff. Katie?
Branson,
Yes.
Erb,
Yes.
Overton,
Yes.
Epop,
Yes.
Ryder.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming, guys.
So good.
Thanks for
Thanks for having us.
See ya.